Welcome back. As always, be sure to leave a comment if you have any out of this video. Also, be sure to check out my other channel, YC Games. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into the video. So today, we finally have it. We got the gameplay reveal of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and it is interesting to say the least. I am really excited, even though I have a lot of questions, but more importantly, I have a lot of theories. Too many to cover in one video, so this is going to be split up into a few different ways, but this video is just going to be talking about overall first impressions and just general excitement for the game. So let's jump right into that. So my biggest problem is not actually with the trailer itself, because honestly, everything in the trailer I absolutely love. I have no complaints or no I don't know how I feel about this. It all just looks amazing. I'm excited. I have a lot of questions about it. Some things confuse me, but hey, that's what speculation's for, and that's why I love making these videos. But my biggest problem is that it dropped on today, the same day as this big PlayStation showcase that's going on. So as I'm watching this trailer, I just scrolling through my YouTube feed, I see all these other trailers that are dropping for much bigger games. Now, not that saying that Wonderlands is not a big game, because it's going to be a big game. You know, Borderlands is a decent enough size franchise, but especially this being a kind of an off spin-off of a not huge franchise, it's going to be pushed to the wayside when you see names like Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, Wolverine. At least, the first two already well established. Really looking forward to games, at least for PlayStation fans, because those are both exclusives. But then I see a Wolverine trailer. I'm excited. I don't know what that means. I want to see it though. But just seeing stuff like that, there's a lot more to talk about today for bigger YouTube channels and stuff. So it's just a real shame that Wonderlands is just going to be swept under the rug underneath all these other big games. And this is a game that really looks to be just a fun departure from an already really fun franchise. Like, this just seems like a stupid fun game to play with some friends. And it's a real shame that there's a lot of other games that are going to be taking the spotlight away from it today. And I realize the irony of me in this Wonderlands video talking about how people are not going to be talking about Wonderlands. I see that irony, so I'm going to keep going. But it's just a real shame that the trailer had to come out today. Alright, now talk about the cool stuff. Now, I will probably have a lot of videos following this one, because there's actually a lot in this trailer to actually dissect, look at, take a screenshot of and all the other jazz, and really talk about. So I'll probably make different categories of videos moving forward. But this just being kind of a rough, just broad video, I want to say, how cool is it to see a fucking sword in Borderlands? That is just awesome. And it looks like there's going to be kind of different types. If you pause the video, the trailer, a couple of those loot explosions, you saw some different swords in the loot. Now, if that's just representing guns, I doubt it. It'd be kind of cool. Also, some sweet looking spells, like a bird spell that made a gravity implosion, then exploded. Turned a shark thing into a weird skag sheep hybrid, which is pretty sick. Some third-person abilities. It looked like there's a tornado. There's one it's a ground pound thing. That is awesome, because it just, I don't know. I like when anytime a camera switches from first person to third person to show off a really badass move. That just looks cool. So I'm excited to see that. It looks like a very lesser degree. So maybe if those moves got increasingly more epic, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Guy kind of looks like Mr. Torg. I don't know. I really have to actually look, but he definitely looked like some kind of rendition of Mr. Torg. And obviously, anyone that's played the DLC for Tiny Tina, Mr. Torg was a decently big part, at least on the side, for that. So it makes sense that they would bring him back for this. We saw some other awesome looking spells, like meteors coming down. We had a Mjolnir hammer, like Thor's hammer. Threw it, it came back to him. I don't know if these are abilities or maybe grenades. It's really hard to tell. I really feel it just kind of doing some brief speculation here that the spells that we see are going to be a grenade slot kind of thing, and the third person abilities, that tornado, would be more character abilities. So again, it's just speculation, but I really feel like that would be uh, how they would do it. We also saw some really fun environments that I definitely would have to actually discuss in its own video because that is a whole other new topic. Some really cool creatures, which again will probably be its own video, but I love those little sharks. I love the little mushroom guys. Just lots of just fun things. Like this whole video, the music, yeah, Tiny Tina's little comments once in a while, the splash art that said, why would fantasy have guns? All that stuff. It's just fun. Just made me feel happy to see Borderlands like just be its goofy Borderlands self, and in a fantasy setting, it's fantastic. It's perfect. I'm so glad this is getting its own game. It should just be fun. That's all it really needs to be, and that's all it looks like it's gonna be. Is just a fun time. So ending this little like fun, just geeking out with the cool stuff section. My biggest question with the trailer really is what was with the tiny characters with the big heads? Look like kind of like a third person thing. I'm assuming that's like a little side thing or maybe like an overworld idea to kind of get the idea like of a D&D game kind of traveling from place to place instead of actually just like fast traveling or traveling normal. You kind of have like this overworld thing and you can I don't know, I guess like walk into the different areas of the map, which would be kind of neat and I guess give it like more of a journey feel because I don't know if that's what they're going for, or maybe it's just a weird thing for the trailer just to make it seem like weird Borderlands stuff. I don't know. More just something to cover in a future video. So just kind of ending this video on a couple more facts we got with this trailer is March 25th, 2022 is the release date, which makes sense. Still a few months out to generate that hype, but also pretty close so people won't forget about it and hopefully won't get delayed into oblivion like a lot of games that are announced like 3 years too early. Also, and this is the really interesting part, it is a full price game for pre-order right now. Like $60 on the storefronts, which is not what I was expecting. With this being a Borderlands spin-off, all in the Tiny Tina's, I was expecting more, not necessarily a DLC experience, but like a good $40 for a standalone game experience. So the fact they're charging $6 either means they are way overpricing it, or this will be a full $60 AAA experience, which is really exciting. However, that does give it more expectations than my initial expectations. Now, I don't want to like say like, oh, this game has to be perfect for that price point. Not at all. But the amount of content has to reflect the amount of money put into it. So $40. Yeah, it's only $20 difference, but for $40, you can get away with a smaller game that's more standoff on its own. But for $60, most people are going to expect a much bigger experience than at least what I was expecting from this game initially. So it's really exciting if that's what we're getting. Also, they're not only that, they're doing deluxe editions, ultimate editions, there's collector's editions. They're giving you a full collector's edition, which definitely is not all what I expected, and definitely tempting to look into. But yeah, I did not expect that at all. So a couple other cool things that were shown off in the trailer is if you had the subtitles on during that ending little interaction between Tiny Tina, that robot, and the other character. The one that was voiced by Wanda Sykes is named Fret, or Freddie, I don't know, Frettee is how they spell it in the subtitles. And Andy Samberg's character is named Valentine, which just kind of cool information to know, I guess. I'm really upset we did not hear anything from Will Arnett because I've been watching the heck out of Lego Masters, so I've like already soaking up Will Arnett content, and I just really am excited to see him in this game, or hear him in this game rather. And I'm really upset he is the one character that wasn't mentioned in that first trailer. He's the one that's not in this trailer. I am so upset. I want to hear him in a Borderlands game. That is like, I want to say a dream come true, but that's just something really cool that I never thought I wanted. But now that I know what's happening, I'm just very happy for that. And I'm upset that we didn't get to see him in this trailer, but hey, that's my own little thing. That about does it for this video. I'm gonna make quite a few more in the very near future, so keep your eyes out for those if you're interested. Going over, actually stealing some screenshots from the trailer and really going over everything in this trailer, because there is a lot of like little weird things that I noticed that I just want to talk about, but it would make this video way too long. So I'm gonna separate them. Right now I got separated into like one video for guns, one for magic or abilities, one for the creatures and enemies, and then one for the different environments. That's how I got broken up right now. If there's any other topics you want me to talk about, let me know. Uh, I will probably be making more as I see fit, I guess. If there's something else I want to talk about, throw it in, whatever. But yeah, if you have anything else to add that, I think I missed, obviously I'm going to talk a lot more about it, but other cool things that you noticed that you want me to mention in those different videos, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, I'm really excited for this game. And I see there's quite a few people that are as well, because already, like, my last video got more views than I expected. So yeah, this is a very exciting time to be a Borderlands fan. Yeah, that's about it. I remember, the world doesn't know anything, but keep your stick on the ice. We're all in this together. See you in the next one. Bye.